Frank, where is Melissa now on this Wednesday night? Who's next under the gun here as this storm continues onward?
Well, right now, Melissa is moving away from the Bahamas. There you can see it on the satellite imagery. And heading kind of in the general direction of Bermuda. Let's get the latest advisory going here. And it's going to pass close to Bermuda to the northwest. Bermuda is under a hurricane warning because tomorrow night it's going to pass relatively close by and has the potential to cause hurricane conditions there. But after that, it's going to race northeastward across the western Atlantic. Looks like after it becomes a non-tropical entity, it could flip Newfoundland on its way to the North Atlantic and then far North Atlantic and eventually over toward Europe. But it has lost a lot of intensity. As you can see, the maximum sustained winds are down to only 90 miles an hour, which is still pretty strong winds, of course, but nothing compared to what it was yesterday as it was hitting Jamaica. It's not likely to regain much intensity because it is moving into colder waters, and I do have the sea surface temperatures here, and the scale's a little hard to see, but the blues are around 16 degrees Celsius. That's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And the darkest shades of red are 32 Celsius. That's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can see as the Helene moves toward the northeast, it's going to encounter some much cooler waters around Bermuda. The water's only about 76 degrees right now, and it will catch one more little area of warmer water as it moves over the Gulf Stream north of Bermuda, and then it moves into some very cold waters after that. So that will result in a weakening and transition to extratropical status, no longer a tropical entity. So that's what's going on with Melissa right now, James.
I mean, Bermuda is just not catching a break this year with one hurricane after another, but another place that's not catching much of a break from these offshore coastal storms is Sam Walker in the Outer Banks. Are we anticipating, Sam, that we could see more offshore impacts from Melissa, even though it'll be way out there in the Atlantic?
Yeah, it's looking more likely now. The one bonus, I guess, with it picking up forward speed over the next 24 hours is that the period of long period swell is going to be a little less time. It looks like it's not going to have a chance to really build up. If this thing had been on the other side of Jamaica and Cuba doing the 3, 4, 5 miles an hour as it was to start the week, I'd be like, oh great, we're on top of what we're already dealing with here in the last couple of days. We're going to throw a southeast swell, 15 to 18 second period, that being the difference between the peaks of those waves. And that's a lot of energy that would just compound what's already happened on the Outer Banks just in the last 24 hours alone. Looks like Saturday probably, and into Sunday, we're probably going to be dealing with those big swells. The one bonus is the fact that the winds are going to have switched around to an offshore flow and then eventually going to die back. So we do catch a break there, but still, that's a lot of wave energy that's going to be going up against areas that haven't taken as much of a beating as they have in the last 3 nor'easters that we've gotten over the last 2 weeks, since it'll be more of that southeasterly swell. But there's a component there that southeast swell, if it's got some east in it, it's still going to hit those beaches that are the east-facing beaches. So, yeah, it looks like the next day, Saturday into Sunday, is going to be dealing with that. On top of what we're already dealing with the first half and the first 3 quarters of this week.